Why don't we shake things up a little?
Dragon Tales, it's almost time for Dragon Tales.
The Komodo dragon is a predatory animal that is mostly found in Indonesia, and is known as one of the biggest lizards out there. These chonky boys can grow up to be around 10 feet long, and weigh between 100 to 300 pounds. Their backs are also so big that they can eat up to 80% of their body weight per meal. Unlike the dragons of fiction, however, they cannot fly, but they are known for using the art of stealth and the element of surprise when they go after their prey. Komodo dragons are what we tend to call full-fledged carnivores. They'll dine on just about anything made of meat, whether it be deer, pigs, rodents, or even other Komodo dragons. If they can't find anything for a live catch, they can also devour roadkill and animal carcasses that they can smell from miles away. Once it's dinner time, the Komodo dragon sinks into its prey with its sharp teeth, which just so happen to come equipped with a venomous bite. The venom can cause massive blood loss and paralysis, and the bacteria from their mouths only makes things worse for their prey, until they just give up and fall unconscious, thus becoming another notch in the dragon's waistline. Komodo dragons aren't entirely immune to predators themselves though. There have been reports of crocodiles, hippos, and tigers hunting them. Also, it's quite rare for a human to be attacked or killed by one. There's only been 30 bites and 5 deaths at the hands, claws, whatever, of these creatures. Komodo dragons, along with a few other predators on this list, are classified as an endangered species. Only about 3,500 are left in the world, and only 1,400 of them are still making babies. The cause for this has been blamed on climate change and the sea levels rising as time goes by, thus destroying the habitats for these flightless dragons. The remaining ones are either still out and about in the wild, or kept safe in zoos and habitats. If by some miracle you were to become the target of one, try running in a zigzaggy pattern to take the high ground a la Obi-Wan. I have quite a few Indonesian viewers, so maybe this could come in handy.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
The great white shark is considered to be the deadliest shark of them all. The white part of their name obviously comes from their giant white underbelly compared to their dorsal gray tops, but biologists needed people to know they were top dog, or top shark I guess. So great was added to sell them on their power. These predators can live up to 70 years, grow up to 20 feet long, weigh over 5,000 pounds, and have well over 300 sharp teeth that can instantly kill their prey. A shark bite is so brutal that blood loss is almost guaranteed, and sometimes great whites will literally wait until their prey has bled out and gone belly up before feasting on them. As if that wasn't scary enough, they can travel up to 40 miles an hour, can smell from a kilometer away, and even have a camouflage technique, believe it or not. Their aforementioned body pattern serves as a counter shader. When viewed from above, their darker gray top blends in with the dark ocean floor. When viewed from below, their white bottom blends in with the bright sunlight. It's a lose-lose situation, but can we really call it effective if we know they exist? The animals that great white sharks tend to prey on include fish, stingrays, seabirds, and seals. Along with these things, sharks have been found to eat random junk in the ocean, like glass bottles, fishing nets, and even license plates. Yeah, us humans haven't exactly been kind to sharks. We've made plenty of movies about them being the villain, but sharks attacking people isn't as common as you might think, with there only being about 59 deaths in all of recorded history. Despite their hunting skills, sharks are kind of dumb as shit, and often confuse humans for other things they want to eat. They only really bite out of curiosity and then dip out. Sharks are always desperate and in survival mode, so they'll eat whatever they can sink their teeth into, whenever. But even after everything we've put them through, we're still not quite their worst enemy. That honor goes to...
Me and Kenny don't give two shits about stupid ass words.
Orcas have more than earned their spot on this list. I mean, why else would they be called killer whales? The orca has been described as the apex predator of the sea. They have no real animal threats and can be found in all 5 oceans across the globe. These beasts are the largest members of the dolphin family and can be up to 32 feet long and a staggering 22,000 pounds, making them the only underwater rival to great white sharks. In fact, this is why the boat in the climax of Jaws was called the Orca. That is genius. Killer whales are rather intelligent and tend to work, by work I of course mean kill, as a team, partnering with other fellow orcas to carry out elaborate attacks on the animals they plan to feast on. Some of these methods include circling around and causing giant waves that knock animals like seals off ice and into the sea. Another way they catch prey is by beaching themselves. Yes, they fling themselves onto land to jump scare any sea animals on the shore, usually sea lions. Then there's carousel feeding, where they herd fish into a ball, blind them with their white bellies, smack them silly with their fins and tails, then end their suffering by eating them. Those 3 aren't the only animals orcas eat. They also tend to go after whales, dolphins, squid, and sometimes even meese. Oh sorry, I mean moose. Killer whales in the wild seldom attack humans, but in captivity, it's a whole different story. As infamously shown in the 2013 documentary Blackfish, Tilikum, the titular orca who was captured and held at SeaWorld, attacked and killed 3 humans. This documentary claimed that psychologically damaged orcas can turn hostile towards humans, something that should never happen under normal circumstances. It would serve as a tragic reminder about the dangers of fucking with animals in their natural habitats. You guys all know that cute and cuddly bear Coke uses as a mascot in commercials that are made by destroying their homes? Or what about Norma the North, huh? Remember that movie? Hate to break it to you, but their real-life counterpart is nowhere near as friendly. Polar bears are found in colder regions like the North Pole and even in some parts of Canada. They're among the only apex predators that actively go after humans. Unlike other bears, which only attack when they feel threatened, polar bears go after humans just because they're there. Beyond humans, polar bears use their skills to hunt various breeds of seals and fish. Seals especially are valuable because of their blubber or body fat, which polar bears can eat up to 100 pounds of in one sitting. This dish is known to give them their strength and energy to help thrive in such frigid living conditions. These stealthy boys also have the ability to swim under the freezing cold water to seek out some of their prey, oftentimes swimming under the ice and even outright breaking through it to sniff out any hidden creatures. Other times they'll just flat out wait for seals to come to them, then boom! Polar bear ambush at 5 o'clock. Its prey really doesn't stand that much of a chance, because these bears can weigh over 1,000 pounds and stand 6 to 10 feet tall. While some animals will just bluff about attacking, polar bears will jump right in and devour you without any warning, thus making the odds even more stacked against you. And to top it all off, it's pretty darn cold where they hang out, so if the bears don't get you, the weather likely will. It's no wonder why they say, if the bear's white, good night.
The giant enemy spider.
The black widow, no, not that one. There. The black widow, also known as the Latrodectus, is a species of kinky spiders that get off on eating their mates. No, seriously, these predators are infamous for luring in simp spiders and then eating them as a form of sexual cannibalism. There's a reason why widow is in their name. The species is predominantly female, since the males usually end up eaten, but the ones who stay single get to live another day. Finally, the incels win for once. The black widow makes webs that look deliberately crude, often in different areas in the dark, so its prey can't see the trap they're about to fall into. Once an unlucky critter gets caught in their web, the spider feels a vibration, then proceeds to wrap its new roommate up in silk and drug it with its venom. The venom causes the new friend's innards to liquefy and turn straight into mush, which the spider drinks up to finish the job. Black widows are some of the deadliest deadliest spiders in the world. Their main diet consists of flies, mosquitoes, small lizards, and even other spiders. Humans are also on their shit list too, and while there hasn't been a recorded human death from a black widow bite since 1983, there are still lots and lots of people that get bitten by them every year. Sometimes when a person gets bit, a dry bite can happen, where not a single ounce of venom enters your body. Typically this occurs when the spider wants to save it for the main course. However, it isn't all too common. If you do get venom, your body will turn a nasty ass red color, and a lot of pain will be felt if it goes untreated. Even then, as long as you get medical intervention in time, you shouldn't die. Usually black widows are only aggressive towards humans if they feel threatened, so just leave them alone and you're set. Also, apparently some people keep them as pets. Holy fuck.
Colonel, it's me. I'm fighting myself.
Well, this is awkward. I'd hate to portray my brothers as villainous, but I'm contractually obligated to. Despite their name, bald eagles are not bald in the literal sense. Their moniker comes from the old-timey phrase, bald, with an E, which was slang for white. These birds are at the tippy top of the air's food chain when they're fully grown, thus they have no natural predators. With their fast as fuck flight speed, going up to around 75 miles an hour, they are feared for their immensely sharp talons, which are used to latch onto their prey super tight and leave them with nowhere to escape. Even if they were to survive the grasp's pressure, their sharp beaks would crush their prey's bones and organs very torturously, thus leaving their victims royally screwed. Their prey, consisting of fish, other birds, and small mammals, is found thanks to their amazing 20/20 vision, hence the term eagle eye. However, the bald eagle is kind of a freeloader. They usually get a kick out of flying around and stealing what other birds have caught, rather than doing their own hunting. Human deaths caused by them are hard to find evidence of, cause we love the shit out of you guys and want you to live long. Your ancestors didn't love us back though. Despite us being the sky's apex predator, bald eagles were an endangered species at one point, all thanks to pesticide usage after World War II, and from getting shot at for being pricks to other animals. However, conservationists have upped our population significantly, so we forgive you. As many of you know, bald eagles are the mascot of America. This is said to be because they show strength, independence, and freedom. Although our boy Benjamin Franklin thought that bald eagles were full of bad moral character, so he wanted the national bird to be a turkey, the least intelligent animal out there. Hold on, bad moral character? Low intelligence? You know what, both of them can be our bird.
Get on then, mates! God save the Queen! Give him a gobful!
Crocodiles span 26 different species, and can be found in several different continents around the world. They often get confused for alligators, but trust me, there's a difference. Crocodiles have been known to frolic in warm habitats, and due to their semi-aquatic status, they can be seen in both land and water. Their main method of attack is the iconic, sit perfectly still like a statue and wait for some oblivious sucker to come by and get mauled to death. But they are also known to body slam their prey underwater until they drown. Since crocodiles can get up to 20 feet long and weigh thousands and thousands of pounds, you do not want to get hit by this body slam. Another known way crocodiles hunt is by using their patented death roll, which you may have seen in this Zach D Films meme. Basically, the crocodile will snap its prey up in its jaws and spin around to make the ensnared creature dizzy and eventually completely dismembered. Oh, and did I mention that they have the strongest bite in the entire animal kingdom and can have about 100 teeth in their snouts, and their skin acts like armor? Much like orcas, crocodiles tend to hunt in packs. This is so they could create barriers for their prey, making it even more difficult for them to escape. Animals they're known to hunt include insects, fish, birds, reptiles, and even zebras and buffalo. They're also very dangerous to humans. Crocodiles are known to be very territorial and standoffish, so they perceive humans as threats, and will go after them with the same brutal methods used on animals. It's estimated that 1,000 people a year are killed by a crocodile. If you are ever attacked by one, aim for its eyes, throat, and snout. If you're lucky, it should see you as someone not to mess with, and kindly fuck off. Or you could call in a hippo for reinforcement. They can easily crush a crocodile with its jaws. Gotta keep your real ones on speed dial.
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy! Pussy!
Cougars, also known as mountain lions and/or pumas, can be found in many different environments, like deserts, forests, and even tropical jungles. They're basically giant kitty cats who purr and meow just like domesticated ones. But don't be fooled, they're nowhere near as innocent. They are still a well-known and dangerous predator with brutal attack stats. Cougars can run up to about 50 miles per hour, but they don't really chase their prey. Rather, they save up their stamina for a deadly final attack. Like other predators, cougars go on stealth missions and use the element of surprise to jump their prey, delivering a very powerful bite to the neck that causes blood loss, possible vertebrae or neck breakage, and suffocation, contributing to a very sudden death for their prey. Said prey includes deer, moose, elk, and much smaller animals like beavers and raccoons, with most of their killings being done from dusk till dawn. That way their chances of being seen aren't as likely. Once prey is acquired, the cougar tends to graze on their newly acquired food for about a week or so, before it's time to make another food run. Attacks on humans, while rare, do very much happen. Like most of us, cougars tend to avoid contact with people as much as possible. Humans only end up on the chopping block if they are seen as a threat to the cougar or its cubs. Over the past century or so, only about 130 attacks have been reported, and less than 50 of those were fatal. That being said, if you ever come face to face with a cougar, make yourself look as big as possible, never turn your back to them, and throw whatever items you can reach without crouching. Despite their predator status, cougars are known to be helpful for the ecosystem. They control prey populations and prevent overgrazing. Still though, these animals are classified as predators, apex predators in fact, so just stick with a house cat unless you're allergic.
Please show me your cooking book.
Lions sure have earned their title of king of the jungle. They emit loud-ass roars, have a reputation of being leaders, and are one of the most aggressive predators out there. Lions are mostly found in parts of Europe and Africa. They require long grass as cover for stalking their prey, and open woodlands for shade. A lion's diet consists of 20 pounds of meat a day, but despite that, they don't get all too big compared to other predators. At most, they'll be 4 feet tall and weigh about 400 pounds, but I still would not want to fuck with them. They hunt zebras, gazelles, hyenas, hippos, and even giraffes. Basically, they'll eat anything that enters their peripheral vision. Human attacks are seldom, but can still happen, as anywhere between 200 and 250 people die from lion attacks in Africa. Lions prefer to do their hunting at night, using their borderline night vision and sharp teeth for an instant kill. This predator has also been known to hunt in packs, using quite elaborate tactics. One half plays offense to prevent the prey from escaping, while the other half is in the middle of the circle ambushing their next meal. It's comparable to a football or rugby play, and what do you know, both sports have teams called the Lions. Female lions, known as lionesses, are usually the ones who do the hunting. Occasionally a dude lion will hunt, but the females are more fit for the job because they're smaller and faster. The males prefer to be stay-at-home dads and watch their cubs. Oh, and they also stay back to secure mating rights away from other lions. Who knew that lions could be cucked? Tigers are yet another cat-adjacent predator with 6 known subspecies found all around Asia, though they're most commonly found in India. They happen to be the world's largest wildcats, getting up to 660 pounds and over 10 feet long. Known for their distinct tiger stripes, these predators are extremely deadly and have no weaknesses besides humans. Like many other predators, tigers go into stealth mode when hunting their prey, then they surprise them with an attack that pins them down using its weight, and subsequently tear them apart with its massive bite. In addition to being fast and resourceful on land, they also have the ability to swim really well, sometimes up to 4 miles at a time, and with this they're able to hunt in the water too. Though despite their well-known predator status, not too many tiger hunts are successful. In fact, the odds of them securing a W are as low as 1 in 10. Their favorite meals consist of deer, wild pigs, monkeys, and birds. However, unlike most other predators, tigers have been known to give veganism a try. Sometimes they'll eat grass or fruits, however this is quite rare. Speaking of rare, tigers are a somewhat endangered species. This is due to decreasing natural habitats and humans poaching them. As for tigers poaching humans, cases of that aren't super high. Around 85 or so people get killed by them every year, but even that number is up for debate. Most of these are caused by people coming into their habitats and being seen as a threat. But tigers in captivity can kill people too, usually as a result of the human not following safety protocols. One of the most infamous cases involves magician duo Siegfried and Roy, who had a 700-pound white tiger named Manticore as part of their shows. But then in 2003, for reasons still debated today, Manticore bit Roy on the arm and then the neck, leading to permanent injuries and the end of their 39-year run. As the old saying goes, let nature take its course. Do not interfere with animals unless you want to get turned into a bowl of frosted flakes.